I Got the Hell Out does contain explicit content that might not be suitable for some listeners, such as children, those that easily get offended, and we do recommend that listeners at work put your earbuds in if you have coworkers around.
And if you like the show, please spread the word by telling as many people as you can. Would also appreciate if you would subscribe, rate, hopefully with 5 stars, and review the podcast on iTunes. You can find us there as well as on Stitcher and Overcast. You can follow us on Twitter at WasInACult, on Facebook at I Got the Hell Out, and on Instagram at I Got the Hell Out with an underscore after each word. You can contact us through our website at IGotTheHellOut.com.
We hit the red button, and hi guys.
Hi guys, this is Laura.
And this is Deb, and another episode of I Got the Hell Out. All right. Your brother just got married yesterday.
He
did. And his lovely wife, Erica.
He did, and I am just a little hungover today.
No, really?
Yeah.
You don't look hungover at all.
That's because after I got back from the hotel this morning, I slept for about 5 hours, so.
I must have interrupted your sleep when I called you.
Yeah, you did.
I'm so sorry.
But all's good. They had perfect weather. It was everything was perfect. So yes, so congratulations to them. And for their honeymoon, they are going to a place in the Bahamas where you swim with pigs.
Pigs?
Pigs, like oink oink pigs, yes.
I bet
jealous.
nobody from the cult's going there. Can you imagine? They would not go.
So
There will be no cult members swimming with the pigs.
How funny would that be if they did go and they didn't know about that? And there they are in the water, and all of a sudden this pig like swims up next to them.
They'd be so
that
unclean.
Would be so funny.
That entire body of water.
The whole ocean
unclean.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I always wondered about that because like fish poop in water.
People do too. But come on, be serious. It's disgusting.
Well, I pee in a pond or something like that, but I've never taken a crap in a body of water.
Some people are disgusting though.
I'm sure there are.
There are disgusting people out there.
I am sure there are. And the only correction I pretty much have from last week is I did not get any offers to anybody to take me to Metallica. And I said it was the 8th of October because I was all excited. But it's the 18th. So maybe, somebody out there has, the date was conflicting. So they didn't even think about it. So it's the 18th.
It's still not going to be me.
Why? I'll pay you.
I don't know.
I'll do your house for free.
No, I know.
You don't even have to go in. You can sit in the car and read. Okay, maybe I'll pay for an Uber, but
there's no way I would go to that.
I get a culture club with you. I really would.
But no, I can't handle the head banging.
You don't have to headbang. You don't have to participate.
No, but I mean just like that type of music. I'm not saying I don't like it. I just it literally hurts my head.
Oh, I'm sorry. It
hurts my head. Otherwise, I would go, but it literally hurts my head. I'm too old.
And you asked me about why we quit doing the fair. And Ask ex-members.
Yeah, the county fair.
I asked a shitload of ex-members, and nobody can remember why we quit doing the fair.
Oh, that's interesting.
Anybody out there who's listening who might not have gotten to me, please let us know why we quit doing the fair. I had an awesome time hanging out with my cousin Ann yesterday. Hi, Ann, who probably will never listen to us because she's a real big church girl. And that's okay because me and her have interesting discussions.
Oh, I bet you do.
And, it's nice because my other cousins won't have anything to do with me because they're uber religious.
Oh, is she the type that will actually listen and have a conversation, not...
She's 12 years younger than me, so we didn't grow up together. And she threw it out there on Facebook that she was having some electrical issues. So I threw it out there, well, hey, I'll come by where you live. See, I've been here 10 years and have no idea where she lives because nobody invites me anywhere.
Okay.
But I go over and it had been leaking in her fuse box. And
ooh, not good.
The water got onto one of the fuses and corroded it. Shit. And changing out a fuse in your...
Like an old-fashioned fuse?
No, the kind you pull out. It's one wire.
But I mean, it's not like...
You just have to remember to shut the whole house
right,
off.
But I'm saying, now people call it a fuse box, but it's not those little fuses. It's just those little switches you...
Right, but I had to pull that whole unit out of her fuse panel. Okay?
Gotcha.
And we went to Lowe's and got another one, and she was still having the same problem, and her bus bar is what needs to be replaced. And technically, I could do that. It's the thing that the things clamp onto.
Oh, okay.
The switches clamp onto. technically I could change out the bus bar, but you have to have the electric company come and shut the power off at the pole because it's still connected to the main.
Oh, damn.
And if you go to change it out, you're going to get fried.
Right.
If there's anybody out there in the Pittsburgh area who does electrical, I'm not sure if you have to be a professional. I'm sure you probably would to change out a bus bar and have the, schedule for them to come and shut your electric off and stuff.
Yeah.
So, hey, let us know. Side job for anybody out there who does electric. And do you have anything else for today?
I have nothing else for today. Do you have the Kool-Aid recipe?
No,
my head's still a little groggy.
Wait a minute. Somebody wanted me to rectify what third tithe was for. Every 3 years.
That is a good question.
Is a third tithe year. And in the third tithe year, you give another 10% along with your first tithe, which is 10%. And the third tithe is meant for the women and the widows and the fatherless. Okay?
Okay.
The widows and the fatherless.
And I'm sure they see a lot of that, huh?
I
meant the money. I'm sure that a lot of the money goes to them.
I asked a lot of people over the years that were actually widowed. I have a quote from a member. I talked to her this week that they made her continue working for 4 years after her husband died. Her husband died of mad cow disease.
Right.
Here she is, widowed, and they're telling her, well, you're still able to work.
Well, what about that third tithe money?
Exactly. I remember one sister that lived in New York, and she was dirt poor, but she came to the feast. And she was told to come. She's like, I don't have enough gas money to get there, pay the fees, get back. She was broke.
Right.
And she was told that God would provide a way home for her, okay? And in the end, she was going campsite to campsite in tears, asking people for anything that they could spare so she and her son could get back to New York.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I mean, that was... Nobody remembers benefiting from the third tithe. Nobody.
Gee, I'm shocked.
And I apologize to the winners of the sticker contest. It's been a really, really busy week for both me and Laura, and we wanted to sign the backs of the stickers for you. And I didn't notice until I was done, but the envelopes are all upside down, and I had Mr. Rogers stamps to put on it.
Nice.
Yeah, because we always mention it, Mr. Rogers.
Nice.
Yeah. So something special for you guys. Let's see, what else is in my book here? Okay, this is kind of serious, and I need to tell you something, Laura. Okay. We are in over 18 countries now. We didn't check the numbers before we started, but we're basically live because as soon as we're done doing this, it's getting dropped because
pretty much.
It's Sunday evening and we drop at 7 and it's like, 5:30 right now or something?
Yeah.
So, I am not suicidal.
Okay.
I drive a newer car, so all my...
And you just had the car checked out.
I did. It's everything on it is good. I'm still making payments. I have a few years of payments yet to make. My house has new wiring in it. Okay. I have no plans to run away. Absolutely no plans to run away. I'm an extra cautious driver. I really live in a no-crime neighborhood.
Right.
Very low crime. As a matter of fact, the neighborhood watch lives across the street from me.
Okay.
I have an officer who lives 2 doors down from me, and the local magistrate's favorite secretary lives next door to me.
Perfect. And can I ask why you're telling me this?
Well, not
yet?
Okay. Not yet. I'm a law-abiding citizen, the whole 9 yards, okay? Now, I knew that a lot of things might happen while we were doing these podcasts.
Okay.
And I run exclusively the Facebook group because I don't want any of them rascally rabbits that are still
you're talking
members.
our Facebook group.
Right, our Facebook group. Because I don't want any of the rascally rabbits that are still members getting into our Facebook group.
Right.
I actually had somebody contact me from the town that the cult is in. And she remembered me from being a child there. I was the playground police. And me and my bestie, we always had a party for the kids. So they had something fun to look forward to at this horrible, horrible place.
Right.
Okay. And I asked her how she got turned on to us. And she told me. And I was like, wow, what a coincidence. And she's like, I know, right? Well, I've been texting her all week long. And I was encouraging her to, let as many of her family members know and other people that she trusted, okay?
That were out of the cult.
The cult. And that you had to trust them. Because me and you started this. The idea came about October 31st, strangely enough.
Right.
And our first episode aired at the end of December. So we've only been doing the show for about 6 months. And for her and her sister and her mom to remember me, that was awesome. So they started passing around the podcast to other ex-members in that town and in other states, okay? And there's some bad bunnies out there, Laura. Very, very bad bunnies.
What did they do?
Well, see, the cult's not the only one that can find things out. I have a very large network. I am the admin of the survivors group. We have 300
on Facebook
ex-members that I have access to them. Even if their family member isn't on there, I have the access to ask them questions and things, right?
Okay.
And I purposely could not let that group know we were doing this, even though I so very badly wanted to. I only had a handful of very trusted and select people that I knew could keep their mouth shut.
Right.
Okay.
So where are you going with this?
I am going with this too. I knew this might happen. And when I left, they threatened me that if I spoke about anything, that I would end up dead like another member that every other ex-member knows they had killed because they were talking. Okay? I am one to plan things out. When I was leaving the cult, the very last gift I asked my ex-husband for was my concealed carry license and my gun. I played the act of, oh, I'm so scared out here all alone. You're only home once a month.
Right.
And what's funny is once I filed for divorce and I had these things, the leader told him to go out and get his concealed carry permit and a bigger gun. That's love, isn't it?
Nice, yeah.
Okay, well, I told you about my neighborhood, and I've spoke to all of my neighbors around me. And wait a minute, as luck has it, what were you going to ask?
I was going to say, so basically nothing should happen to you.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And as luck has it, the chief of police in my area, I have his personal cell phone number. He was invited to my wedding. He comes to my barbecues once in a while.
Nice.
He was driving down the street yesterday, and I handed him one of our business cards, and I handed him one of our stickers, and told him what the hell was going on this week. And he was like, are you shitting me? And I'm like, no, I'm not shitting you. So anyway, this girl, she's in her early mid-20s. She starts passing around, you got to listen to this podcast.
No, wait, you're away from this police officer.
Yes.
You're
I'm
back.
done. But
okay.
Yeah, the chief, he has the ability to contact the local PD down there and find out if I'm actually telling the truth.
Right.
The cult is, still active. Because he was asking me, are they still active? Have you been threatened lately? And I'm like, well, I was threatened when I left. And I guess my podcast is spreading. It has to be, because we had just about 3,000 downloads this week because we got a lot of new members. Do you know why?
Why? Please tell us why we have new members. And where are these new members from, Debbie?
Well, a lot of these new members are from the area I used to live in, where Cultyville is. And like I said, they're not the only ones that can find things out. I found out Cultyville listens to us.
The cult has found the podcast.
The cult found us, okay? I can imagine their heads exploding
when they're listening to this.
Yes.
Now, do you think, I know that you usually, a lot of times you don't use names, but do you think when you're referring to them as whatever, they know that you're talking about them?
I'm pretty sure the bitch I love to hate knows that I'm talking about
Tell her hi.
her. Hi, bitch I love to hate. I just have one question for you. How do you live with yourself? How do you live with the fact that you convince 13-year-old little girls to go with old men? How do you live with yourself when you convince a woman that it's an honor and a privilege and her daughter is going to have a high place in the kingdom? You know, when I was talking, I finally got to let the other members in, Laura, and they all like to refer to her as the C word. And see, I don't like the C word, so I just call her the bitch I love to hate. And by the way, you have one awesome son and a beautiful daughter-in-law and two beautiful granddaughters that are just out of this world. And you're missing out on all of that for your pathetic little leader. Oh. You know you do have the power to walk away at any time like the rest of us. Anyway, hi Cultville. I hope you're enjoying the show. And
hey, thanks for driving up our numbers.
Yes, thank you. I'm pretty sure they told the common people they'd go to hell if they listened to us.
Oh, probably.
But I am damn pretty well sure that there are elders and select elders' wives, especially the bitch I love to hate. Yeah, I bet.
Do you think the Grand Poobah?
Oh, I would love to see his head spinning and his face turning red and he's spitting nonsense because he doesn't even know what to say. So, yeah, hold on. We got to take a break for a second. Sorry about that, guys. We had an issue that we had to attend to. Small technical issue. But I let my oldest son know that the cult knows. And what's funny, Laura, is the cult doesn't know that I know that they know at this point. They do now. And it's funny because a couple of months ago, I was at a garage sale and I bought 4 cameras that I installed in their motion detector. And the app is actually on your phone. So if somebody's, coming onto my property, whatever. It's funny how all of this has just fallen into place, isn't it?
It is.
It is. And because the cult actually started listening to me, I announced to all 300 plus members, ex-members that are survivors, about our podcast, and there's shitloads of them listening, and they have a lot to say.
Do you think they would want to come on the show?
Oh, there's a ton of them that do. I have a ton of quotes.
Nice.
I have a lot of stuff for today. And Culty Cult, here's what I have to tell you. You threaten me, you kill people, but guess what? I have a shitload of ex-members that are willing to fill my shoes. You are not going to stop our story. It's not going to happen. And if you kill me and then you kill the next one, it's going to start implicating you, don't you think? So you don't get to treat people like that. You don't get to make the rules that dehumanize people. You don't get to have child brides. You don't get to split up families. You don't get to do all of the horrible, nasty things you've done. You don't get to have the men
beat their wives.
Yes. And us not say anything about it. Because, let me tell you, I got contacted by 50, 60 plus ex-members, whether it was a text, a phone call, on Facebook, through Messenger. And guess what? We're all extremely angry. And a lot of us, we're just waiting for somebody to tell us the day that we're going to court to testify. So, everybody knows what's going on now. Hi, Call. Hi, ex-members. Hey, everybody, it's me, Deb. Yeah, so.
Oh, my God.
Yes, we got to get
this. This is insane.
Yeah, this
is insane.
I can just imagine their heads exploding and running around going, what do we do? What do we do? Damage control, damage control.
I wonder if they're waving and saying hi back to you.
I don't know, but you know what? I have had I've only known for the past couple of days. And I can just imagine, I'm sure my ex-husband has to know.
Well, I'm sure he's probably listening.
That's what I'm saying. So shout out to you, sweetheart. This is just amazing, crazy to me.
I don't even know where to go with this. I mean, just
Laura, I gave you that list of the names and the phone numbers, and it's going to grow day by day of people who are willing to replace me, because that place is full of pedophiles, child brides, child labor. Women are reduced to nothing but animal status. And bitch, I love to hate. I don't know if you're just sadistic and get off on that shit, but someday your day's coming. That's all I gotta say to you. And hi, little man leader. Didn't think it would come to this, did you, when you saw me in the grocery store and said, nobody will listen to you, little girl. You're just a fall away. Yep. Wish I would have beat you with that damn basket and sliced your face to shreds. And that's about all I have to say on this topic.
But that summed it up, though.
Yes.
I think we got the point. I think he got the point.
Welcome all, leader and followers too. And a special welcome to my ex-brothers and sisters. If you ever have anything to contribute, just let me know, because I have a ton. Because I think you called it shady shit last time.
Yes.
This is shifty shit. So that's pretty much what the rest of this is.
Is that what we're going to call it?
Shifty shit, because I was going to call the last episode shifty and shady shit.
Okay.
And then the episode dropped, and I was like, well, that's fine. And I thought, well, maybe we could do a part 2. And I was like, I don't know about that.
Then you found out about this.
Then I found out they listen to us.
That's what we should title it. They listen to us.
I actually titled this one, but it's too long to put on iTunes. You Will Never Silence Us. Because this has started and it's rolling downhill, and we have thousands of people that listen. And when the chief left my house last night, I gave him a whole list of things. You know, if my house blows up, catches on fire, somebody finds me hanging, my neighborhood isn't one for, rape, murder, nothing.
Right.
So, like I said, you can get rid of me, but got 50 more waiting to take my place.
They have the same stories that you do.
Yes, and they're even more dangerous, Laura. They are more dangerous. I have somebody who was in the PAs, someone who was in the Shaw Marine. I have multiple elders that left. I mean, imagine
they got some juicy stories.
They got some juicy stuff. Elders' wives that are gone. The one lady I talked to, about the child labor laws. They still are breaking. The kids don't go to school. They go to work. And I still can't believe that the cult listens to us. I find that just hysterical. And see, in a couple of hours, you'll know that I knew before you that I knew that you didn't know I knew. That's just like a Seinfeld episode.
It is. It really is.
And I just giggled all day long about that. So... Any questions?
Oh, I have so many questions. Oh, my gosh. Do you have...
Oh, did I tell you my son said don't get whacked?
No.
That was his only advice to me. I told him that they found us. And hey, Colt, there's lots of ways to get a hold of us. Can you please let us know how you found us? Please, I am so interested. I mean, do we have a bad bunny that leaked it to, somebody who's still a member from like a family member or something? We'll give you credit on it on the next show.
We'll send you a sticker.
Yeah, we'll send you a sticker. Love to send you a sticker. And my 97-year-old grandmother has been following us, and she's scared to death that they're coming after me.
Aww.
And her advice to me was, get off that damn internet. And I'm like, Graham, it doesn't work that way.
Aww.
Get off the internet. Just get off the internet.
How sweet.
I love her to death. So.
Oh, would you say she's 97?
She's 97.
And she knows what the internet is. That's adorable.
She actually has an iPad.
No.
Yeah, she listens to us.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and she's like, aren't you afraid they're going to come after you? And I'm like, and I told her like I told you. You don't get to do these things to people and tell them to shut up. It never happened.
Right.
Because... y'all made me the strong-ass bitch I am today. Thank you.
Well, and here's the thing. You are allowed to talk about your life.
I am.
Good, bad, otherwise. It is your life. You're not making it up.
They're my intellectual property rights.
Right.
This is my story.
You experienced it.
Yes.
And therefore, you have a right to tell whomever you want to in whatever way you want to.
Correct.
Because it's your story.
Correct.
And if people don't want stories like that told, then they shouldn't act that way.
Exactly. It's like the abusive boyfriend or husband, and you finally get away from them, and they're still sending you text messages saying, you better not tell anybody what I did.
Well, then maybe you
ruin
shouldn't
his
have
reputation.
done it. Yeah, then maybe you shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, maybe you all should have treated people better, because you got a lot of pissed off ex-members. You have ripped up families. You have taken people's entire life savings. You've caused people to die. Oh, and by the way, I want you to all think about the name Abia. Abia. Say her name, Abia. That's the 8-year-old little girl that died because of you. Her name was Abia. Does it hurt? Does it sting? Do you even care that people die out there? And the graveyard is a disgrace with the graves with all the same last name. And I've had so many people tell me that their loved one is buried there, and because they're a fall away, they can never visit their dead baby's grave because they're not allowed onto the property.
What do you mean, if they left, they can't? What do you...
A friend of mine, her daughter died as an infant, and it's buried in their graveyard on their property. Oh, and she has since left. And she has long since left.
God, yeah, so she can't... Oh,
but she will never be able to visit the grave of her infant daughter died.
Oh, my God.
There was a very well-liked elder that died. And he rented, of course, the trailer from the little man leader. And when he died, they padlocked his trailer with an outside hasp and a padlock.
Okay.
Now, the rest of his family had left, and his children showed up to claim his body and to bury him. And when they went to his trailer to get a suit for the man, they found it padlocked. When they called law enforcement told them, unfortunately, there's nothing that he can do. It's a civil matter. They would have to go to court and sue for this man's possessions and right to enter his trailer. Okay. But by then it would be emptied out anyway.
Right.
But it was so sad because they had to go and buy a suit to put their father to rest. And this man was a well-loved elder. Not all of the elders out there are bad. A lot of them have left because they left voluntarily, because they didn't believe in what was being taught. There's so much crap that goes on out there. So much. Let me see. What's in my book here? Oh, when the child molester got arrested, somebody that talked to me over the past couple of days wanted me to let the world know that they had vans cleaning out the South office because they keep anything they don't want anybody to know about on the religious grounds, because it can't be searched without a search warrant.
Oh, because it's religious.
Because it's a religious organization.
Gotcha.
But when one of your elders gets arrested for being a pedophile, and people coming forward and saying that the church knew about it but did nothing about it,
right? Well,
guess what? The gloves are off, and they can go and search the religious grounds.
Right.
And these people were scurrying like their heads were on fire to get boxes of confessions, because I told you about confessions.
Right.
And if, law enforcement or somebody got their hands on those boxes,
it's all over.
They would know how many pedophiles are out there. They would know all of these things that these members are doing, have done, and it would be very detrimental to them. So, yeah.
Yep, and there goes my dog barking. But you know what?
We're just leaving.
We're leaving him in, Pip. We're leaving him in because we got to drop this episode as soon as we're done with it.
Pretty much.
So sorry about that.
I spoke to another sister. She was one of the first people that I was ever introduced to.
Okay.
She is doing so well. Her daughter's about to have her second baby, her second grandkid. And I talked to her for almost 2 hours today. Hi. And she didn't want to be, most people I talked to didn't want names attached with anything that I'm saying.
I can totally understand that.
But there's so many people that are willing to step up and do what needs to be done at this point. And she told me that her local news actually did a 2-part series on her. And
you didn't tell me this.
I had no idea.
Oh, my God.
The conversation was today while you were taking a nap.
Oh, that's true.
You took a nappy, remember?
Well, yeah, I kind of had
And
a
for
few
all
too
our-
many gin and tonics.
And for our friends across the seas, a nappy is not a dirty diaper.
Exactly.
It's something
It's sleeping in the afternoon.
sleeping in the afternoon, a siesta, if you will.
There you go.
Yeah. But they actually did a 2-part series on her and her experiences and being there.
Oh, my God.
And
How long ago was this? Do you know?
I don't know. I can find out from her.
Oh, I'm just
we'll have
curious.
to look it up.
Right.
But she told me that she remembers that her brother was still an active member. And they sent her brother to her to, like, I'm looking at you.
Right.
To say, you're gone, you're a fall away. And because of who you are, you know way too much. Because her dad was an elder.
So what did they do? They threatened her?
Yeah, they told her, you know way too much. If you talk, you're going to die. They like
So
to
she went
threaten
on the
people.
news. So she went on the news.
She lives far enough away, and she's not doing something like this that's continuing.
Oh, okay.
It would be like WPXI doing something
Right.
on us.
Okay. Gotcha.
I mean, how likely is it to make national news? How likely is the cult
So
going
it's just
to find
a small
it?
town.
Right. It's small
Okay.
town stories.
Right.
And, stuff like that really doesn't go past your local station. It's a human interest story.
Right. Gotcha.
For the community from which you live. And she just said that she could not believe that her brother threatened her life because she knows too much. And yeah, she wants to come on as a guest too.
Oh, good.
She's one of the ones on the list that is more than happy to take over if something should happen to me, which we all know nothing's going to happen to me because fingers are going to be pointed in a certain direction.
There's only one direction.
There's only one direction. So, yeah. Ooh, let's see.
What else you got?
Oh, I actually tried to talk to, I don't want to say the branch of law enforcement, but it's not a local one.
Okay.
Okay. And I actually went to a payphone in town on that.
Wait, is this recent?
No, this was Kenny was actually spotting the green ear barley the second year in a row. Remember, I couldn't go because I was bragging I was an honorary elder and blah, blah, blah. So my mom was watching the kids and things were so bad and I knew I had to get out. And I thought, okay, maybe if I go talk to, because I called an 800 number and they told me to go to the local. They wouldn't even listen to me. I had to talk to the local office there.
Okay.
And this guy, unless I knew where the guns or the drugs were, he couldn't help me. Couldn't help me. And I was in tears. I was defeated. I hung up. And I did at one time know where something was because we had 2 services during the feast, a morning service and an afternoon service.
Okay.
And my trailer was a pretty popular place to hang out because we had a lot of second tithe. And so we had a lot of liquor. We had, it was Mushroom Swiss Burger Day. And we used to go through at least 1, if not 2 cases of those pre-made burger patties.
Right.
Back in the day when you could still buy burger patties.
Right.
So behind our trailer was the edge of the property. And in order to make the property flat, they had dug out the hillside, and the fence actually was on top of the hillside, about good 8 feet up.
Okay.
So there we are, a bunch of us women sitting having lunch, and the kids are playing in what I called the sand pit because of where we were. It was just sand. That whole huge 6 foot high, 8 foot high bank was nothing but a sandbar. And the kids loved to dig and play in it. And they started to dig a cave into it, okay? Because they're kids. Let's see how.
I thought you meant that like the cult did.
No,
I was
the
like,
children.
what are you talking about? Oh, the kids. Okay.
The children were playing like it was our own personal sandbox.
Right.
And they were digging out a big cave. And one of the guards came by and it was really weird because they told us that the children had to stop, that they were in danger. Because
of what?
Of the sand collapsing and them suffocating and somebody dying. Which, here's 6 women sitting around. The cave is like maybe 2 feet deep.
And they always show concern for the children, right?
The cave is 2 feet into the sandbank, okay? If it collapsed, you grab the kids' legs and yank them out. Well, we told the kids they couldn't dig any deeper, and we filled the hole back in. But here's the weird part, Laura. When we came back from services, it was completely evident that the backhoe had been back there. And you could tell that they dug out the sandbank, and then they put the sand back. Because they did a really shitty job of it. Plus, you could see all the tracks from the bulldozer.
Right.
And
so what were they? Why'd they do that?
Because there were 55-gallon barrel drums of stuff hidden in that back bank.
No.
One of the elders that either fell away or they made leave. When Kenny got hurt on the job, we had a lot of second tithe, and the leader knew it. So he sold us a shitty-ass, single-wide mobile home on the property for $15,000. This thing wasn't worth $1,000. He wanted all that insurance money, okay?
Oh, my God.
And get this. Every year the tax bill would come on it, and the tax bill was only like $67 because it was so old and ratty. The tax bill came in the old elder's name. It was handed to Kenny and us to pay the tax on it.
Well, why did you buy this trailer?
Because it was during the feast. You're there anywhere from a week to 10 days. Would you rather live in a tent or a single wide trailer where you you actually have bedrooms and beds and a kitchen?
Okay, so it wasn't a trailer where you lived every day. It was just for the feast time.
It was just for the 3 times a year. And yeah, that man got $45,000 like in one shot from us. It still sickens me. Hope you had a good time in Vegas, little man. Yeah, I know they went to Vegas.
He's going, how does she know?
Oh, yeah, I know a lot of things. I know us ex-members, we're all pissed off. Oh, yes. You will never, ever silence us. You may silence me. You may silence a couple of others. But this story isn't going to end. And it's really not going to end well for y'all. So I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you shouldn't have done bad things to people. I don't know what to tell you. And if you bought anything with second tithe, you had to redeem it with your money in order to keep it. So if...
Wait, what?
Second tithe was for the feast, to pay your registration, to buy new holy garments, to buy a new book, and you could buy anything.
But you mean a new scripture book?
Yes.
What the hell's wrong with the old one?
Well, they're up to the 17th edition now, as far as I know. I mean...
So basically, there was nothing wrong with it.
They were on the 6th edition when I left 15 years ago. So apparently they put out a new book every year, and I'm sure they urge everybody to get a new book every year.
Right.
And I can't even imagine what the prices of a book would be. And they print these themselves. So it's not even like they're sending out to a publishing house. And they're using slave labor to do it, as we discussed last episode.
Whatever. There's a lot of issues.
There's a lot of issues. The midwifery where the babies are born, they charge you like a hospital. They don't.
What?
Yeah. I totally forgot about that.
What?
They charge you like a hospital. I totally forgot about that.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So wait, do you give birth at your own house, or do you go to like a midwife?
You go to the midwifery, which is in the medical trailer on the grounds.
In medical trailers, in quotes.
Well, it's an old single wide that's pretty much completely gutted. The kitchen still has running water and stuff for cleaning up. And
well, that's nice.
The toilets still work. But when you walk in, it's like you're in a doctor's office. They've got thermometers and cotton balls. And so if you hurt yourself at the feast, they can actually treat you unless it's life-threatening. Of course, they may slap honey and a Band-Aid on it and call it good. But yeah, my ex-husband actually circumcised our second child there.
Oh, jeez.
And let me tell you, a circumcision tool is not pretty. It looks medieval.
No.
I actually have a picture of my son on his father's lap getting ready for it with the tool. I'll have to post it.
You have to post that picture.
Yes. And 7 days old. They wait until the 7th day to do it. And my poor baby boy came home with his little wee wrapped in gauze with nothing but honey on it.
Oh,
and he's screaming.
Of course he is.
And I wasn't allowed to be there because it's an all guy.
It's an all guy thing, of course,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Yeah. My first son was circumcised by one of the elders. So.
Oh my God.
And by the way, they have different size tools for different size penises. Or peni.
Peni. Oh my God.
Plural of Jesus. Jesus.
Oh
Come
my
on.
God. Oh my gosh. Yep. Please post a picture of that.
I will. I have a lot of pictures that I'm just waiting until the subject comes up or whatever. Oh, I'm going to post a picture of the front of their building. I'm going to cross the name out where you can read it.
Right.
But I've had quite a few people ask, where did you go to services? What was it like? And the front of the building it's all big ass stones, and that's where all the elders' offices and all those things are. And the main section for the rest of us to sweat to death and die with no air conditioning is an oh my God size corrugated metal building. But I have kind of like a corner side view of it. Yeah, follow it. Coulter, are you following us on Instagram or Twitter yet? We're kind of trying to raise those numbers too. And literally, you can help raise our number. I mean, do you even like us? Do you think they listen because they like us?
Write a review.
They could write a review.
Go to iTunes, subscribe.
Yeah.
Write a review.
Write a review and seriously, we'll post your review. Come on. Oh, look at you. You are so hungover. You got tears coming out of your eyes. I told you I had a big announcement.
Oh, my God. And you were not kidding. Oh, my.
No. And I told you, I bet you my ex is listening. I can't guarantee it. Nobody can confirm or deny that for me yet. Yeah. And I bet you if he's listening, he is just blowing his top. He's finding things out, like when my stepsister came and I went and got the pool cover or the top to the...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and then I flat out looked at him and told him, I prayed real hard for it to not turn green.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And he believed you.
I can just see his head exploding. I mean, it's just like a cartoon in my head.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, like the steam coming out of the ears.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Hi, Ken. You should have been nicer to me. That's all I can tell you. I don't know what much else to say.
Oh, my God. What else do you have in that notebook? This is unbelievable.
Okay, I went through that. A lot of people brought up that they were very upset with the child labor and no education for the children.
Yeah,
yes,
of course.
It's free labor for them. And
you said the kids started at what, 6?
6.
That's like what they did back in the 1800s.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like the child labor didn't matter as long as you were physically able to do whatever.
Pick tomatoes,
right.
Feed the chickens. The little girls, their first job is the butter house, where they sit and they
churn butter.
They make butter all day long.
Oh my God.
That's all they do.
How friggin' monotonous.
And they're not learning anything, and they're just listening to sermon tapes. And
oh my God.
Some of these children have never even been out into the real world. Like, their parents choose. They're born there, and they choose to not take them to stores, to not take them. Their entire world is...
So they do have the option of doing that. The parents do...
Yes.
Can take them out in the real world.
Yes.
Real world.
Yeah.
Okay.
But a lot of them don't. I think it's down to now that the women... I talked to one sister, and she said... At one point, you had to have 3 or 4 people, women go. You could not go into town by yourself. There were too many women escaping. And I spoke to a woman. I spoke to so many people the past couple of days. My phone wouldn't quit ringing and giving me notifications.
Oh my God. Well, when you told me about this, I mean, I answered the phone and I don't even think I got the word hello out. And you were just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Yes, because I could finally let in the ex-members, the 300 I've been waiting to let in on the secret. And I wanted us to be big enough, and I guess we are. We're exploding.
Oh my God.
Not the way they want me to, though.
Oh God. Well, I think that from, now on we have something definite for culty corrections and updates.
What do you mean?
Oh, you're going to have an update every week on other people, other things they have to say.
Well, this podcast, like everything else in my life, has taken like a life of its own. I may start an art project, but it's in my head one way. But when the project is finished, it is so much better than what I imagined it. And see, what I'm really hoping to do, and here's my signature sound.
Beer, beer.
Beer, 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 beer here. Oh, we didn't do the Kool-Aid recipe today because beer. We had too much to talk about. The Kool-Aid recipe today is beer. Just get over it.
And for me, last night it was gin.
And I knew you were going to be hungover, so we weren't going to actually make a Kool-Aid drink. So
oh dear
beer,
God, no.
Beer. Oh, and you can always use the lazy one and put
Kool-Aid vodka.
in anything. Yeah, vodka and anything.
That works.
Well, I'm going to get to some quotes here from some ex-members.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Somebody that lives in the area just let me know that one of their members just got busted in a prostitution scandal in that town.
You mean they're in the cult?
They're in the cult. Yes. Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh,
That's beautiful. That's really godly, too, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm going to have to look up and see if I can find a news article, because if it was in the news...
It had to be.
So there's a lot of people that they have given up their entire lives, like, in a different state. And because they have given the cult everything... They can't move back to...
Right.
They're completely flat broke. And they have nothing. And they really can't go back. Oh, crap. I screenshotted everything that I wanted to put on here. And I don't know where my screenshots are.
What the hell did you do?
I screenshotted all of these things that people wanted me to say.
You want to take a break and look for them?
My phone's been acting up. How about I just go off of memory, because
there you go.
Nobody wanted quoted anyway.
Okay, go off memory.
Going off of memory, there was one woman that wanted to let people know that she left the cult because her daughters were just coming of age to be married, child brides.
Right.
And the elders' wives kept coming to her and trying to tell her that her girls needed to take these purity classes so they knew how to be pure and clean and good, and how to make soap and how to please their man and blah, blah, blah. And
at 13.
Yeah, and they were getting married off to old people. So
that is so disgusting.
There's so many pedophiles out there.
Disgusting.
Everybody had something to say about pedophiles. And I really have no way to know how many women and children are left out there, how many men are left out there. I just don't know.
Oh my God. And there goes the dog again.
Well, yeah. Pippi's just putting his 2 cents in, going,
you
stink,
what?
cult, you stink, you stink, cult, you stink.
I'll have to post a picture of him because he's so cute. You can't be mad at him.
No, not really. But a lot of people told me how much guts I have to do this. And I'm like thinking, it don't take guts. I'm like...
But I think it does. I think it does.
Well, courage isn't going, yes, I am doing this.
No.
Courage is going... I'm scared to fucking death, but I'm going to do this anyway.
Right.
Because like me and you have talked, I really expected this podcast to go nowhere. And we did discuss what happens if they find out.
Right.
And
here we are.
And guess what? I got all the bases covered. Because we're all going to die. So if they do whack me, But I really hope you never have to use that list of other people. So
yeah, I hope I don't either.
And there is a few people that listen to us.
There is a few
that actually somebody offered if we ever need another host, or if we need a host if you ever get.
Don't say hey.
Well, I'm just saying. What if they whack you?
Oh, for what?
Because
I know how to work GarageBand on my computer.
Yes. Because you're my cohort.
Oh, God.
Are you afraid of being whacked?
No.
Are you more afraid of Mr. Valentine?
Oh, exactly. Sneaking in the back door.
Yeah, so I guess this podcast has now turned into, because I don't think we're going to be talking about boring things anymore, like length of clothing and how to kosher food. I got a lot of people that want to come out with a lot of stuff that happened to them, because that place is, it shouldn't be there. It really shouldn't. And people are angry.
Just treating people that inhumanely is just...
One woman, she told me she still goes to anger management classes.
Wow.
Because she is so mad. She lost the love of her life. Like I did. I lost my husband. I basically have lost my children. This is not the life. Excuse me. There we go. There's the burp.
There's the burp.
There's the burp. This is not the life that I thought I was going to live. And the amount of misery that place generates, the families that it tears apart. Yeah, the one girl said that her mom said, hell no, you're not marrying my daughters off to old men, and she left.
Good for her.
Yes.
Good for her.
Yes. So what do you got to read? I thought you had something to read.
No, it's just the promo.
Oh.
I don't know. Are we at promo time yet?
No, we ain't at promo time. I wish my phone worked, but it didn't.
I said, do you want to take a break?
Nah, we only got like 10, 15 minutes left. But there's a lot of bad things that are going on out there. And like I said, this is going to change. And I'm going to be featuring somebody's specific story and what happened to them. Because there's a lot of people. It's not going to... I mean, we'll still do episodes of this, that, and the other thing.
Right.
But I think we're going to start
take a new twist.
I think we're going to start a section that highlights what somebody else's... What their experience was like out there. Because everybody's experience is going to be different.
Even if it was the same thing that happened to them.
Yes.
Their take on it, their experience, how it affected them. Is going to be different.
I had one sister contact me, and she's like, oh my gosh, I am so glad my husband was so different than yours, because she wasn't forced to listen to the tapes 24/7. And that, her husband trusted her and treated her so well. And they're still married. Hi, Sherry, I love you. So at least she had a normal husband. I have a picture that I got an okay from one of the guys that are in it. It was the teenage crew back then. And it's all guys, and there's one chick. I can't figure it out. So I know most of y'all listen to me. Try and figure out who the chick is in the back photobombing with the V, because all you can see is her grin and her eyeballs and poofy 90s hair.
Oh, nice.
Poofy 90s hair. But, there's only 2 of all of those boys left there. So... yeah, they all got out.
Oh, nice.
They all got out.
Nice.
And I personally know all of them on there. And hopefully the other 2 will someday decide to leave.
Hopefully.
It's a lot to walk away from a place like that, because...
But your whole life, it's everything you know.
It is. And there's a lot of religions that do it. The Jehovah's Witnesses. I think the Mormons. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The Amish people... if you walk away from the religion, you're dead to them.
Right.
And if your entire family's there, all the bridges are burnt, or you were born there, Laura. You're a 17-year-old girl.
What the hell do you know? Nothing.
You've been taught your entire life to wash, clean, cook. You're taught to aspire to be an elder's wife, because that's the highest position available. And the women are brainwashed to give their children to these pedophile elders and older men.
Oh my God.
Yes. Well, I think I'm pretty much done. This was pretty much about exposing the cult. Which
I still can't believe happened.
I still
Holy
think
shit.
it's so funny that y'all listen to us. And I hope you... Ooh.
Oh!
We got 2 in 1 episode.
And I love how it was right when you're talking to the cult. You burped.
Yeah.
That was appropriate.
I'm going to have messages for certain people that are still there from people that are affected. The Bitch I Love to Hate has the longest list compiled so far of things that people want to say to her. And see, we're almost out of time. I'll actually not be lazy, and I will write all of these things down instead of trying to be...
Oh, yeah, you were so lazy for this episode, Debbie. You were so lazy.
Well, I screenshotted like 20 different things.
I'm joking. I mean, oh my God, you you were really prepared for this.
Oh, I love this. I love doing this. And my entire life, I was told that I talk too much. Shut up, sit down. Children are supposed to be seen and not heard. And guess what? They're listening to me.
Ever think this was going to happen?
I knew it was a possibility. Hey, look, I'm doing the motion. Cheers, culty people.
You're drinking a beer.
This beer I'm dedicating to you. Thank you for helping drive up our numbers. Thank you for letting me finally let in the ex-members. You're doing a wonderful job.
And let us know if you want a sticker.
Yeah, I know the address. I really do. I know the address. We'll even sign the back of it. Love, Debbie and Laura.
No, just put a bunch of pagan words on the back.
Happy, good. Oh, yeah, cereal. Well, I will do that for you guys. Trust me. And please, honestly, reach out and let us know how you found us. Please. I'm dying here. I knew it would happen, but in 5.5 months?
Seriously.
22 episodes?
Is this 22 or 23? I don't even know.
They found us in the 22nd episode.
Oh, so this is 23.
This is 23.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and you can entitle it, They Found Us. Yes.
Perfect.
You have a promo for us.
I have a promo this week, like we do after every episode. This one is called the Man Brain Podcast.
Okay, are we going to pick men's brains?
Well, I don't think we are, because I'm going to read a couple reviews.
Okay.
Just 2 5-star reviews that they have, and I think this will sum it up perfectly.
Okay.
It says, if vulgar and offensive humor is your thing, you've come to the right place. Definitely don't listen to this podcast while driving carpool.
Nice.
Okay.
I may have to listen to it.
See? Another 5-star review says, the best way I can describe Man Brain Podcast is like an audio form of Adult Swim. You don't know what to expect. It can challenge your own personal views, make you laugh and cringe.
Okie doke.
So it is called Man Brain Podcast. So give him a listen. And I believe they are actually from Australia.
Nice. I love the Australian accent.
I know, me too.
I think we have like 14 listeners in Australia. Hi, Australia.
Yes.
Yeah. And, I also wanted to... Well, I'll bring that up next time.
Okay.
So we got more than enough.
We got tons.
You look like you want to go crawl back into bed.
I do. I do. It was worth it, though.
Okay, so what we're going to do, though, is we're going to sit here, we're going to edit this, put it all together, and we can drop it early. That way you can go to bed and don't have to stay up till 7.
There we go.
And I can listen to it and see if I like it. Because, see, I did this podcast 100 times in my head. And, like, one of them, I was screaming obscenities at the cult and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
But see... Love is so much more fragile than hate and anger. And that's why I choose to be kind even to unkind people, because they need it most.
Right.
And I'm just going to take the moral high road
there you
here.
Go.
And I'm not going to slump down to their standards. Except for the bitch I love to hate.
Well, that's okay.
You know?
You got to have one of those, right?
You got to have one.
You got to have one.
Everybody hates you, honey. You are the top bitch everybody hated.
She probably loves it.
Well, she wins the prize. And what's funny is her kid turned out to be the coolest, best kid. And
nice.
I still talk to him. And when I made the announcement that, this is actually happening, he actually, was like, this is fucking awesome. So
nice.
Shout out to you there. I'm not going to give some names.
No.
So, yeah,
right.
Be smart, people. Plan to get out. Plan for anything that might be happening to you. And, hey, Cult, keep listening, man, because you're driving our numbers up. And this was just, how exciting is it that all of our listeners now know that the Cult knows?
I know.
Yes.
I know.
All right. Well, guys, we're going to have something interesting for next week also. And this is Deb.
And this is Laura.
And if you need to, get the hell out of whatever situation you're in. And culty people, we'll talk to y'all next time.
All right. Talk to you next week.
Bye.
Man Brain. You know you want it. You know you need it. Let me introduce you to our team of audio professionals, 100% committed to giving you the greatest extreme comedy podcast of all time.
What's SPH? I'm so super cute.
Send me your orgasmic release videos.
You can get it rootin'. You can get it tootin'. You can get it doing doughies in your yeet. Mi nombre es Tío Yeti. And you just laugh at little Hank. I ain't gonna pretend I is fresh. But looks like you might like that.
And most importantly, I'm Skullfucker. Rah! Go to manbrainpodcast.com to get orally violated. Manbrain out.